Trinesha Catrell, and welcome to First Love Yourself, where love, life, and Christ combine. I am so grateful to have you here on this journey of self discovery and empowerment with me. In today's video, we are going to talk about detaching. But before we get started, if you're new here, go ahead and give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel so you never miss out on more uplifting and empowering content like this. So get comfortable because we are about to get into it. Let's go. First off, let me apologize for this being so late. I ended up having unexpected things happen in life. And so as I'm going through the day, I'm thinking I'm going to be done early. I can hop on this live at 5 and then get everything done and then come on to the video. But I ended up having to go out of the way to do a couple things. And then I had a few errands that I had to run that needed to be done today so they could be done ahead of time. And so I do apologize for being so late. Everybody that ended up hopping in, I really appreciate it. And let's get into it. Okay. So, one of the questions that I get all of the time is how to heal, how to move on, how to detach. And I keep hearing this word detach now. I guess that's a new word for moving on that everyone's using. I guess it's another coin term. And so, as I'm thinking about detaching, I start to think about my past and the things that I've been through. And sometimes you get so far ahead of where you used to be that you forget who you were in the past, or you forget how much you've changed or how much God has moved in your life. And sometimes I look at things and I'll be like, oh, this didn't happen like this. And then I think about the fact that I prayed for this life. I prayed to be here. I prayed to be in this house with this child, with all of the things that I have in my life right now. I prayed to be in a position that I'm in, all of those things. And sometimes we forget to be grateful in the process because we are living it. So we don't realize the change until we look back. Then we look back and we're like, oh, wow, I used to have to work 6 jobs to make ends meet. Now I can work 1 or 2 jobs and I'm fine. I used to have to do blah. And now, by the grace of God, I get to do this. I get to live my dream life because of God. And sometimes we get so preoccupied with life, so distracted by life's distractions that we forget to really just sit back and enjoy the life that we've been given, to really appreciate every single day, to really appreciate the things that God is doing in our lives and the people that He's allowed to be a part of our lives. And so I wrote down this acronym for detach, and it starts with the D is delusions. Sometimes we forget how to move on because we have this fantasy or this unrealistic expectation in our head of what we want the person to be. And this could be a job, this could be a friendship, this could be a romantic partner. When you're in a relationship, this could look like you meet somebody and you have this idea of how you can see yourself marrying them one day, or you could see yourself with kids one day, you guys having kids, or in this house, or you could see this guy doing something extraordinary that you see posted online for you on a date or something like that. You have this fantasy of your mind of this is what this person can be, and they're showing you who they are. So when we actually detach, when we actually get rid of the delusions, get rid of the fantasy, and really go by their actions, really go by how this person really is treating you, how if they are or are not respecting you, if their actions line up with their words. Are they just a person that's a smooth talker, or can they really back it up? When they talking that talk, can they walk that walk? And it's not just for romantically, it's for friendships as well. When you have a friend, are they bailing on you all the time, or are they there for you? Are they the type of person that you can depend on? When they're telling you something, are they supporting you, or are they in competition with you? You have to really decide if this person or these people or this thing can really be a part of your life. Is it helping you with your future, or is it holding you back? You have to determine that. The next thing is E, execution. Sometimes it's harder for us to move on or heal when we don't follow through. When we start doing something and we say, okay, I'm gonna not talk to this person anymore, and then you just decide, well, you know what, I'll call them today. I'm just gonna do it regardless. When you say, I'm no longer gonna let my friend talk to me this way, and then you continuously allow the person to talk to you that way, that is the thing that is causing you not to fully execute on what it is that you're trying to do to keep your standards and your boundaries so that you can be healthy for yourself. Because This is one of the things that it's okay to be selfish in. I'm not saying you're rude or disrespectful to someone else, but when you have to make sure that you're healthy, you have to make sure that mentally you're taking care of yourself. It's not about you trying to baby someone else to make them feel okay while you're miserable. It's about you making sure that you're pouring into yourself and that you are taking care of yourself, gentle care of yourself, so that you are making sure that you're good. Like, are you really okay? It's not about being facetious in any way. It's about really being okay. The next thing is T. This is teaching, helping others. Sometimes when we're healing, we feel like it's all about doing something for ourselves. But the best times that I have not been thinking about the other person, or not thinking about how badly a situation turned out, or not thinking about a job or whatever else, is when I'm teaching someone else something that I learned, when I'm serving other people, when I'm helping someone when I can help them. Like, if there's something that I can do that I can help someone else, that's the time that really takes my mind off of the fact that I'm not healed, or that I'm hurting or heartbroken or whatever else is going on. It really pours so much into me helping someone else, which kind of sounds counterintuitive, but it's so helpful. Every time I'm serving someone else, I'm not thinking about myself. I'm not thinking about how I feel at that moment and how this happened in the past and I want to be able to change these things or whatever else. I'm just thinking about how I can help somebody else and how they're feeling. And seeing them happy makes me happy. Seeing them fulfilled makes me feel filled. Seeing them being appreciative makes me appreciative of the life that I have. The next thing is A, attitude. Sometimes it be a stink attitude that just ruin your whole healing process. And that's just me being real. Like, you cannot be happy, healthy, and all of this positivity and the blessings that God is trying to give you come into your life while you being negative and just nasty. Like, God is not trying to bless a mess. He is really trying to make sure that you're grateful, that you're thankful, that you're positive, that you're pouring into others, that you're are really kind, that you're really exhibiting the fruits of the spirit. And if you're not exhibiting them, if you have your nose stuck up, if you are scowling, or you just in a bad mood, it's not going to help you heal. That bitterness, that resentment, that anger, all of those gross, really, really horrible emotions are not going to help you move forward. It's going to hold you captive. In order to release that person, place, or thing that's holding you back in life, you have to be joyful. You have to have happiness. You have to be positive. You have to speak a life into yourself, knowing that this is just a moment, not your entire life. And when you look at positivity, that's what helps you move forward. The next thing is your character. You can only control yourself. Sometimes when we have a friend that's acting a certain way, we're like, why did she choose this thing? Why didn't she say it like that? When we're in a relationship, oh, but I just want him to call me right now. Like, you don't control anybody but yourself. And the moment that you realize that you only can control your actions, it really helps you move on a lot quicker, because you're not just imagining some fantasy of what you want this person to do or how you want this person to behave the way that you want them to behave. You really start to realize, hey, I did this thing because I know my heart was in the right place. I didn't mean this facetiously at all. I did this with the best of intentions, because I know that I want to be a better person. I know that these are the things that I can control in my life. You can never control anybody else. You can only control what you do. If someone is mean, if someone is treating you poorly, then you have to love yourself enough to say, okay, I can control my actions. I'm no longer going to be in this position. I'm no longer going to be at this job. I'm no longer going to be in this around this person, place, or thing in my life, because I need to be able to pour into myself. I can only control what I do. I choose to love myself. I choose to walk in positivity. I choose to be a better person. I choose to learn more emotional intelligence skills so that I can be more emotionally intelligent. I choose to gain more knowledge so that I can have wisdom and utilize the things that I'm learning so that I can be a better person. I can control that. I can control what I'm learning, what I'm looking at, what I'm seeing, what I'm speaking, what I'm listening to. I can control those things in my life. I can control my actions when I choose to study for something or learn new skills for a new position at a job that's opening in my. Sorry, I did not know that I did not hook this necklace, but I guess apparently I didn't. But yeah, it's up to us to really control our actions. And when we stop focusing on what someone else can do or what we want someone else to do, and just only focus on us being the best that we can. Our heart is, if your heart's in the right position, in the right place when you're doing something, if you know that you genuinely meant it out of the kindness of your heart or because you were protecting yourself and not because you were trying to hurt anybody, then you're okay. Just do the best that you can. And if you know that you messed up, apologize. And if the person accepts the apology or doesn't, that's on them. But you do what you can do. You control your actions. The last thing is health. My battery's about to die because I did not put it on charge before this video, and I'm really sorry for that. The next thing is health. Your mental and physical health is so important. Sometimes, if you're like me, when you love, when you really care about somebody, you sometimes are willing to put yourself on the line for someone else. You're willing to say, okay, I need to make sure I pour into this person. I got to make sure I give this person everything that they need. I got to make sure I do all of these things for this person. That you do so much for someone else that you forget about yourself. You forget that you're a human too, that you're actually a person who needs all of these things poured into you. You need the self love, you need the self care, you need to feel wanted and needed and appreciated, or whatever else it is that you need in your life. You need whatever the thing is for the Charlie Chaplin and five love languages. For those of you that don't know that, definitely go online, take the quick quiz. It takes like maybe a minute, if that. You go through and you say the things you like or don't like, and then it tells you what your love language is. It's really, really beneficial for relationships because, and you probably saying, what do you know? But no, it's really helpful for friendships as well because whenever you have a friend or whenever you get with someone, sometimes you just think, well, I like gifts. That person's gonna love gifts. But sometimes they might like quality time. They might like acts of service. They might like physical touch or whatever else it is. And so it's really important for you to figure out what it is that you want because you can't show someone how to love you if you don't know what it is that you want. You can't show someone else love if you don't know what it is that they want because you could give them gifts and they could be like, oh, thank you, like they not a gift person, but then you spend that time with them, they be like, oh, it's just something about that time. And so you really just have to take the time to really focus in on making sure that what you're putting in your body is healthy, making sure that what you're putting in your mind is healthy, that is really adding to you and not taking away from you. Sometimes, like when I was healing in the past, I would be looking at like old TV shows or something like that, and it would be just entertainment. And as I'd be watching it, it'd be making me feel some type of way. And I would be like, why is it so hard for me to move on in this moment? It's probably gonna be hard to move on if you watching rom coms all day and everybody ends up together. I'm just saying, like maybe you need to in this moment or in this season take a course and learn a new skill, something that has absolutely nothing to do with relationships. Maybe you might need to go travel if your finances allow you to, and just get out of the area that you're in so you can stop going all the same places that you've been with this person. Maybe you need to take a moment and just go through and do a social media cleanse. Really put positive things on your feed so that it can pour into you so that things aren't taken away from you. Because sometimes it's just little tweaks like that in your life that will help you heal. And we think, oh, it can't be that simple. But I promise you, when you start doing things that really pour into you, when you really start to acknowledge and take accountability for your actions, when you stop trying to control other people, when you really stop looking at the fantasy of who the person is that you wanted them to be and really acknowledge the fact that they are who they are, it really allows you to be able to move on with your life because you're not holding on to a fantasy. You're not holding on to something that's unrealistic. You're holding on to reality. You're really looking at your future for the future that you want and not the future that you fantasized about. So when it comes to being able to detach, it is so important for you to pour into yourself, and then you can pour into other people. really think, is this adding joy or contentment to my life, or is it making me miserable? Is it causing strife in my life, or is it really allowing me to be happy? Because if it's not allowing you to be mentally sane in the membrane, or allowing you to really feel contentment in your life, then it's probably not going to be a part of your life. It's supposed to be a part of your life. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to have all of the things that you intend to have in life. And don't let anybody stand in your way. I mean, I don't mean to say it like that, but I got to say it like that. You got to really go for what it is that you want in life. And if it doesn't work out, I'd rather fail and try than not try at all and fail. So keep going for your dreams, keep going for the things that you want, and take the time that you need. Everybody has a different time period for healing. So don't feel like because somebody got over something in 1 week, it's you got to get over something in a week. Sometimes you might need 2 years, you might need 12 years, however much time you need, take that time. Really do what you need to do for yourself so that you can be the best version of yourself and you can live your best life. Okay, so that's all I got for tonight. I don't want to be on here too late. I know it's super duper late and people are trying to get ready for work in the morning and all the things. So I will see you guys on Friday. I'm going to try to put out a short or whatever else and post it on my stories or whatever on Facebook. And then I also have something on YouTube for you guys. So thank you so much for watching. And always remember to first love yourself. Bye.